Welcome to Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, the where every corner holds a tale, and where history isn't just remembered, it's celebrated, debated, and sometimes even contested. You see, Philly isn't your average historical city. It's a place where the echoes of revolution mingle with the buzz of modern life, where you can grab a cheesesteak on the same street that Benjamin Franklin once strolled. This is the city that gave birth to America, the cradle of liberty, the home of the original Rebel Alliance, our founding fathers. You don't need a time machine to experience it. Just a good pair of walking shoes, a curious mind, and maybe an appetite for a little local flavor. Today, we're going to explore some of the most iconic spots in this city, places where the American experiment was born and nurtured. So buckle up, or rather lace up, because we're about to embark on a walking tour that will take you from the hallowed halls of Independence Hall to the quaint charm of Elfreth's Alley, with plenty of stories, laughs, and perhaps a few surprises along the way. Ready to step into history? Let's go! Our first stop is none other than Independence Hall, the birthplace of American democracy and arguably the most important building in the United States. Now picture this. It's 1776, the air is thick with tension, and 56 men are crammed into a hot, stuffy room debating whether to declare independence from Britain. There's no AC, no microphones. Just raw, revolutionary fervor. This is where Thomas Jefferson's pen gave birth to the Declaration of Independence, where Benjamin Franklin's wit smoothed over heated arguments, and where John Adams' fiery speeches helped push the colonies toward rebellion. The building itself is a Georgian masterpiece, with its elegant symmetry and timeless red brick facade. But let's be honest, the real beauty here is in what happened inside these walls. If these bricks could talk, they'd tell stories of courage, compromise, and the birth of a nation. Now that you've soaked in the essence of revolution, it's time to meet another icon of this tour, the Liberty Bell. It's right across Independence Hall, so you only have to cross Chestnut Street to get there. Folks, feast your eyes on the legend itself, the Liberty Bell. Sure, it's got a crack that would make most bells cringe, but let's be honest, that just gives it character. This bell has seen its fair share of drama, having been cast in 1752 and then cracking not once, but twice. Most famously during a test ring in 1846. Instead of retiring it to the scrap heap, we embraced the imperfection. That crack became a powerful symbol, representing the idea that liberty, while never perfect, is always worth striving for. The inscription boldly declares, "Proclaim liberty throughout all the land unto all the inhabitants thereof." And boy, did it ever! From the abolition of slavery to the civil rights movement, this bell has been a clarion call for freedom and equality. It's not just a bell. It's a reminder that even the things that are broken can still ring true. Feeling inspired already? Great, because we're off to pay our respects to one of America's greatest minds at the Christ Church Burial Ground. To get there, head north on 6th Street, then take a right on Market Street. Walk north again on South Independence Mall East. And after 10 minutes of walking you'll soon get to Christ Church Burial Ground, where history lies at rest beneath your feet, literally. This is where some of America's most influential figures are buried, including Benjamin Franklin, the original jack of all trades. Franklin wasn't just a founding father. He was the 18th century's answer to a multitasking genius, as he was a scientist, inventor, diplomat, and philosopher. His grave is marked by a simple stone, but don't let its modesty fool you. This spot is one of the most visited graves in America. People toss pennies onto Franklin's grave, a nod to his famous saying, "A penny saved is a penny earned." And let's be real, who couldn't use a little extra luck and financial wisdom? Plus, it's said that tossing a penny here brings good fortune. So go ahead and make a wish. As you wander through the burial grounds, take a moment to appreciate the quiet, the history, and the stories that rest here. After paying our respects, it's time to move on to a place that's all about simplicity and reflection, the Arch Meeting House. To get there, continue walking east on Arch Street. The next destination is just on the next block. Tucked away on Arch Street is the Arch Meeting House, a quiet retreat from the city's hustle and bustle. Built in 1804, this Quaker meeting house is a testament to the power of simplicity. Quakers believed in quiet contemplation, and this building reflects that ethos perfectly. No ornate altars, no grand statues. Just plain wooden benches and an open space for reflection and conversation. Imagine the countless moments of silence, prayer, and debate that have taken place here over the centuries. It's a space where the noise of the outside world fades, and all that's left is the sound of your own thoughts. It's said that the best ideas come from silence, and in a place like this, you can almost feel the weight of the decisions that were made here. It's a reminder that sometimes, the most powerful statements are the ones made in silence. After that time of contemplation at the Arch Meeting House, next on the itinerary is the Betsy Ross House, the birthplace of the first American flag. To get there, continue heading east on Arch Street. The house is just a few steps away. Now, here's the thing. Did Betsy Ross really sew the first American flag? The history books aren't entirely sure. But what we do know is that this house offers a charming glimpse into colonial life. Betsy Ross was a skilled upholsterer, and whether or not she stitched the stars and stripes, her story has become a beloved part of American lore. As you wander through this 18th century home, with its narrow staircases and low ceilings, you can almost picture Betsy hunched over a table, needle in hand, piecing together a symbol that would come to represent a nation. The house itself is filled with period furnishings and artifacts, offering a window into what life was like in the early days of the Republic. And let's be honest, who doesn't love a good origin story? Especially one as iconic as this? Next, continue walking east on Arch Street. Then head south on 2nd Street. In about 5 minutes, you'll be at Christ Church, a place with a history as rich as its congregation. Often referred to as the nation's church, Christ Church isn't just any place of worship. It's the spiritual home of America's founding fathers. George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, and Betsy Ross all worshipped here, making it a cornerstone of both the Revolution and the city of Philadelphia. The church itself is an architectural marvel, with its towering steeple that once dominated the city skyline and its elegantly preserved interior. Built in 1744, Christ Church has remained largely unchanged, offering a glimpse into the spiritual lives of the colonists. Inside, you'll find the original pews where revolutionaries once sat, plotting the course of a new nation. Each creak of the wooden floorboards seems to echo with the voices of the past. The church's impact extends far beyond its walls. It played a significant role in shaping the moral and spiritual foundation of the fledgling United States. As you sit in one of the pews, take a moment to reflect on the weight of the decisions made here, and the enduring faith that helped guide a new nation. You're nearing the end of the tour, and what better way to cap off this walking tour of the old city than to trudge down memory lane? Your last stop is Elfreth Alley, where the past isn't just preserved, it's lived in. To get there, just head north on 2nd Street. This narrow cobblestone street is the oldest continuously inhabited residential street in America, and walking down it feels like stepping back into the 18th century. The 32 houses that line the alley date back to the early 1700s, each one a testament to the artisans, merchants, and immigrants who called this place home. The alley is named after Jeremiah Elfreth, a blacksmith who lived here in the 18th century. It's a street that has seen nearly 300 years of history, from the birth of the nation to the present day. As you walk along the cobblestones, take a moment to appreciate the craftsmanship of the colonial architecture, the brightly painted doors, and the flower boxes that give this alley its undeniable charm. Elfreth's Alley isn't just a historical site. It's a living, breathing community that has managed to hold on to its past while continuing to thrive in the present. It's the perfect place to end our tour, a reminder that history isn't just something we study. It's something we live every day. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of our Philadelphia walking tour. From the hallowed halls of Independence Hall to the quiet charm of Elfreth's Alley, we've walked through the pages of American history. Which city do you want us to cover next? Comment your answers below. Let's keep this adventure rolling, stay curious, and keep exploring all places walkable. To watch more contents like this, click like, subscribe, and press that notification button. See you on our next virtual walking tour.